action steps can I take to prepare to be a leader? My first thoughts were to get to know myself more and understand how I lead and work on my strengths. See what other leaders are doing and practice of their ways. It aligns with me. So that, I would agree with that. I think that that's a general thing we can look at in lesson 10, but also in self-image, the major attributes of the people that we want to model our self-image on. Some of that may be leadership attributes that can be looked at and put in our self-image script. And then I think we can look at it also from a leadership, its own piece of work around leadership, the attributes of other people. Also understanding that leadership is about leading and following. So we need to lead ourselves, and we also need to become a great follower. And different roles will require different we all have multiple roles. So you might have a role, like I have a role of coach, CEO, business leader, but I also have a role of being a mother, and I have a role of being a wife, and I have the role of being a friend, or different things. And so at different times in those roles, we're going to be called to lead, and we're also going to be called to follow. So I think this is not taught in Thinking into Results. This is from my postgraduate work, but understanding what role we are in any given time allows us to be a more effective leader, knowing whether we need to lead or whether we need to follow. And both of those attributes are important in leadership. So being able to identify that, Julie, and then in your business, you need to lead at the moment. And so what does that look like as a leader? It means making decisions and acting on them, making decisions and taking action, executing plans, creating momentum, putting yourself out there, selling, closing. Those are what is required of you as a leader in that role. So then you can begin to close the gap with that. There may be other parts where you're a follower. So in the coaching program here, you're a follower. You're following a leader. You're learning. You're growing. You're being coached. And so we've got to look at, well, what does it look like to be a great follower? If we are a great follower, we're a great leader. And if we become a great follower, we also know how to lead well, because there's a reason why we wanted to be a great follower in that environment. So, when I think about my relationship with Bob Proctor, he was a phenomenal leader, and I was a phenomenal follower. I was very much into the spirit, not just him, of anyone that I've been mentored by, of really following. And I think a lot of that has improved the way I lead my clients and my business and my community.